So welcome. This is our monthly Market Pulse update for the date of the 3rd of August. So that's the newest data that came in on a monthly basis. And we start with the dollar. As you can see, the dollar is currently in a bear trend, as it has been a month ago. But there is a counter trend, so one can see that the price has dropped towards the moving average. And we see also that momentum has, well, there's actually a increased momentum, and in the last 2 months, there was a drop in momentum, and then momentum more or less equal. So we're continuing in that same fashion, a bear trend with price counter and momentum counter trend. On the VIX, we have just changed to a bear trend. As you can see, we had a bull trend previous month, and price and momentum is aligned with that. On the 10-year government bonds yield, we see that it is continuing its bullish trend, and price and momentum stays aligned. There is a bit of downward momentum during this from the previous month to the current month, but overall trend bullish. Getting to the SPY, we are continuing the bullish trend of the SPY on the monthly chart. It's well above this, so the short-term trend or the short-term momentum is well above the longer momentum trend, and it's green, as you can see. We had this slight dip, but then we bounced up again. And then the Nasdaq, it has now changed fully to a bull trend where price is aligned as well as momentum. You can see it dipped last month just below here, and then it crossed up again. The Amplify CWP Growth and Income ETF that we use, you can see that our data here is a bit little, but there is a bear trend actually with a counter trend. But maybe we shouldn't read in much here because our data is not enough for the monthly chart yet. Brent crude oil, we can see that there has been a counter trend to the bullish, a counter momentum trend to the bullish trend. Price stay aligned. It is still above the moving average. And we can see here how there is this counter trend where the line switched to red and the blue line cross below. But overall, we still have a bullish trend in the oil price on the monthly chart. And then going to the USD South African Rand, it's now turned fully bullish with the trend bearish, price aligned with it as well as momentum. And we can see there was quite a strong downwards momentum on the blue line here. We were below the moving average, even though we've actually moved closer to the moving average. So there is a bit of support for the Rand at this stage. Let me see if I say that correctly. Well, it is support maybe for the dollar rather, because if the price go up, it means that the rand is weakening. Maybe just go quickly back to that. So what it means is that if it is in a bearish trend, it means that the dollar is actually weakening against the rand, and that seems to be continuing, even though the dollar did strengthen, and we have this support level at 15.63. And that brings us to gold. Gold is continuing the bullish trend of the last month. However, as we see, we have a counter trend in terms of the price. We are below the moving average. And we can also see a definitely curve of the momentum slowing down and turning bearish. There is a level of support here at 3925, more or less. And going to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is continuing its bearish trend. The price is aligned with that as well as the momentum. And we see a support level here at 49577, maybe slightly higher. But Bitcoin still in its monthly bearish trend. Bring us to Ethereum. Same story with Ethereum. Ethereum, we can see that the blue momentum line is below that red line. So it means that the downward momentum is continuing. There is a support level at 1520 right there. Very strong support level. So let's see if it's going to break through that level. Which brings us to the Satrix ETFs. And we can see that the world MSCI World ETF is in a bullish trend quite strongly. Emerging markets have a counter trend, dropping towards the moving average, and momentum blue line dropping below the red momentum here. However, we saw that from last month to this month, there are a bit of a bullish momentum as well, but it's counter the overall trend. Satrix SP 500 feeder fund, bullish as we saw also on the SPY. The NASDAQ 100 has now changed fully to a bullish trend with line price and momentum. The Satrix top 40 is still in that bullish trend, but with a strong counter trend. What is positive here is that we see that the blue line is starting to cross above the red momentum line here. So we will have to wait and see. Will it turn around and continue its bullish trend? There is a likelihood. The RAFI 40, we have more or less the same scenario. Bull trend with a line price. So it means that the price actually now has moved above the moving average this month. And we can see that even though there's a counter trend on the momentum, the blue line did move upwards. Did we finish that? Yes. This brings us to the Satrix Dividend Fund Plus portfolio. And this one is still the same as last month. Bullish trend with line price, but a counter trend in momentum. Very similar to the other top 40. South African bonds portfolio have now turned fully bullish with line price and momentum. And we can see that clearly the blue line is above the other momentum line, which suggests stronger bullish movement. Then the ILBI ETF, so that's bonds that are inflation linked. And again, here we also see a bullish trend with line price and momentum quite strongly at the moment. Global's bonds, though, are bearish still, and they're continuing their downward momentum. Quite low at this stage because it's below -80, and the blue line is at -92. There is support at 3,524. And then property, bullish. Trend is bullish, price aligned with that and the momentum. And we can see the blue line is above, and the momentum line there is green. This was not updated yet, the inflation. These were not updated. So we'll end our video here with the Satrix Property ETF, and we will see you next month for an update on the monthly charts. Thank you.